Today, we need to talk about something that's been flying a little bit under the radar. The Georgetown real estate market has just shifted, and surprisingly, no one's really talking about it. I'm seeing some big changes across Halton Hills, and if you've been thinking about buying or selling this year, you'll definitely want to listen closely until the end of this video. So let's jump right in. So let's talk about really what's been happening across Halton Hills. So let's jump in with the numbers, because while stats don't tell the whole story, they do give us clues. Right now, the average home price across Halton Hills is still higher than the GTA average, which actually just dipped below $1 million for the first time in 5 years. So what does that mean? It means our market here is still performing fairly well. There's real value and demand in our local communities, Georgetown, Acton, Glen Williams, and our rural areas, even while the broader GTA is softening. So I'm going to give you a little insight into the Georgetown market. Let's start right here in Georgetown. The average home price sits now at about $1,032,000. The reported average days on market is around 36, but as I've mentioned in previous updates, that number is a bit misleading. A lot of listings are being terminated and relisted with a fresh MLS number, so that the 36-day average number doesn't really capture how long properties are truly sitting. What I'm seeing on the ground is that listings that are priced properly are selling. Overpriced listings, however, are sitting, sometimes quite a while. Another interesting trend is some of that older inventory that's been sitting for months is finally starting to move. Why? Mainly because we've seen some strategic price adjustments and there's a lower supply of homes available. So when inventory tightens, serious buyers start stepping up. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight on Acton. The average price is just under $800,000, and honestly, that's one of the most affordable price points here in Halton Hills right now. There are some really solid opportunities here, great for first-time buyers or even downsizers who want a small town vibe but still stay within Halton Hills. Detached homes with 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and even a pool are available for just under the $1 million mark. Currently, there are about 19 active listings in Acton. Prices start around $400K for a 2-bedroom condo, and they go all the way up to just under $2 million for a home on about 12 acres of potential development land. So there's quite a range. So let's talk about Glen Williams. Small area, the prices are strong. One of the most beautiful and sought after little pockets of Halton Hills. The average price here is just over $1.7 million, with about 8 homes currently on the market. Days on market is about 36, and things are moving at a steady pace. The entry point in Glen Williams is around $850K for a cozy 2+1 bedroom with 2 washrooms, and prices can climb all the way up to $2.8 million for larger estate properties. The Glen is a niche market. Buyers here tend to be very specific about what they want, charm, character, and that village lifestyle. So now we jump into Rural Halton Hills. So it's always an interesting area because it attracts a very different buyer pool. The average price here is sitting around 1.3. It's actually just over 1.3, with homes spending about 46 days on the market. There's quite a wide range. You can find an older, small 2+1 bedroom home for around the low $1 millions, but prices go all the way up to $10 million for a larger parcel or development land. It definitely is a more specialized section of the market, but demand for rural and acreage properties has stayed surprisingly stable. Now I'm going to give you an active listing snapshot. So in Halton Hills, we currently have 164 active listings. Georgetown has 91 homes for sale, and I'd expect that number to rise as we head into the spring and the snow finally starts to melt. And that's when activity really starts to pick up. Price-wise, entry level starts at about $450,000 for a 1-bed, 1-bath condo and goes all the way up to about $2.6 million for an executive estate property. It's a very balanced spread right now, which is good news for both buyers and sellers. So what this market shift really means is that when I say the Georgetown market has shifted, I don't mean it's crashing or it's dramatically cooling off. What's really happening is a transition. We're seeing the market normalize a bit after the wild swings of the past few years. Buyers are more price sensitive, sellers are adjusting expectations, and negotiations have made a comeback, which honestly is a healthier environment for everyone. So homes are still selling. It's not about whether your home will sell, it's how you price it and how you position it. The gap between listed price and sold price has become the key conversation in every deal. So my advice for buyers and sellers right now, if you're a seller, here's the truth. Pricing right from the start is critical. The days of adding 100K just to see what happens are behind us. Today, buyers are well educated, watching comparables and hesitant to overpay. But if your home is priced correctly, staged well, and marketed effectively, it will sell. And if you're a buyer right now, it can be an amazing window of opportunity. You've got less competition than you would in a hotter market, and sellers are more open to negotiation. You might need to view several properties and practice some patience, but if you find the right home, it can absolutely be worth it. So yes, the Georgetown real estate market and Halton Hills real estate market has definitely shifted, but not dramatically, but in meaningful ways that matter to both buyers and sellers. Halton Hills as a whole is still outperforming much of the GTA, which speaks volumes about the strength of our community and the desirability of this area. If you're thinking about making a move this spring, buying, selling, or even just curious about what your home might be worth, reach out. I'd be happy to help you and strategize the best plan for your goals in this evolving market. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, more local market updates, and drop a comment below if you've noticed any changes in your neighborhood. Thanks so much.